Usually when you look at some of the things, you once asked about their use. Today I will tell you the answer to some things that you didn't know what they are used for. Hello, here are Joe and Bro, and today we're gonna talk about things you see every day that have useful usage and you didn't know about.
We'll start with the small pants pocket. For many centuries, pocket watches were used and hung using a chain, and thus the purpose of this little pocket was to hold this watch. And although this watch is no longer in use, this pocket still exists, and sometimes it is useful.
Colored bristles of toothbrushes. The bristles of toothbrushes usually have different colors, and this is in order to let you know how much toothpaste you should use. In fact, putting a lot of base in the brush is not a good thing.
The secret cover of the car body. In some types of cars, there is a small cover in the same color as the car body, and it looks like a square in the rear bumper. If you don't know that, let me tell you that this part of the car contains a piece of iron in case you need to tow the car, and so no other part of the car would be affected. In some vehicles, this cover is in the front or in the trunk in other types.
Additional piece of cloth in unique clothes. It's often believed that these pieces are used to drape clothes, but this is not the case. In fact, these pieces are used to try many clothes detergents, and thus learn how to wash this piece of clothes.
Holes in aircraft windows. There are two reasons for this small hole to exist like this. First is to compensate the air pressure as the plane rises, as for the other reason is to avoid labored breathing.
Lines on drinking glasses. These lines are used to determine the levels of drinks, and therefore you can determine the amount correctly. In this picture I will show you how to do that.
The small hole next to the iPhone camera. Not many people know about this, but this hole is an additional microphone that starts working when you shoot a video.
The button to keep alive and the temperature of the car. In fact, they use these buttons to open and close all the external air vents, so that the air circulates only inside the car. Experts recommend that this button be activated all the time when you are in major cities, so you can avoid bacteria and viruses getting into your car.
Holes in the Snickers. Many think that they have been used for ventilation, but in fact they were innovated to make the Snickers more comfortable in your feet. And although they are no longer in use, they have remained as part of the design of this type of shoes.
The arrow next to the fuel indicator. Sometimes you forget that there is a fuel cap in this place. This arrow points to the direction where the fuel tank cap is located.
Holes in locks. There are several reasons for these holes. First is to get rid of water in the lock if it's used in open air, and therefore it doesn't get covered with rust. It can also be used to get oil inside, so it will survive.
This cylindrical shape in the charger. These shapes are considered as creator parts in order to eliminate high frequencies in electromagnetic interference.
What is the benefit of this button on the keyboard? Some people may know about using this button, but if you don't know, it is used to make a screenshot. Just click it and then you can paste the image anywhere.
What do you think these signs are used on plastic packages? It's the logo of the possibility of recycling the packaging, and inside it, there is usually a number. This is a classification system called the Plastic Material Classification Symbol, which refers to the types of plastic, where the most toxic type of plastic are numbers 7, 3, and 6, while the safest are 1, 2, 4, and 5. It's interesting that more than 95% of plastic contain chemicals that harm your hormones, in addition to some negative effects on your health.
The hole in the hand washing basin. It is believed that this hole has two uses. The first of which is in the event of a blockage, the water won't overflow because this hole is connected to the drain pipe. In addition to the possibility of hanging the soap holder, so children can reach it.